Hey guys, what is going on? Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals, Bucks versus the Hawks. I'm super excited about this game. The Hawks pulled off the upset in Game 1. Currently, it's the end of the first quarter. I just waited to record this intro till the end of the first quarter. The Bucks are currently up 34-28. Trae Young, he's having a pretty solid game. Giannis is having a pretty solid game. Gallinari came off the bench and has just been great off the bench. I don't think he's missed a shot yet. He's looked amazing. And Chris Middleton, he seems to be having a better game tonight thus far than he was having in Game 1. Overall, the Bucks are shooting better from three-point land thus far in this game. But Middleton, he did have 2 early fouls, so he was on the bench for a little bit of the first quarter. So that's something, I guess, to keep an eye on to see if he does get in foul trouble later in this game. But it's a pretty close game. I mean, these teams were going back and forth, answering each other from three-point land. So yeah, I'll catch you guys at the end of the second quarter, otherwise known as halftime. It's halftime and the Bucks are up 77-45. I mean, just crazy. The Bucks, they started out the second quarter hot and then they went on a huge run. I think it was like a 20-0 run or something like that. I mean, the Hawks offense just looked terrible. I mean, they weren't even getting shots off because they just kept turning over the ball. Trae Young had 8 turnovers in the first half alone. Just him. I mean, Giannis is getting whatever he wants in the paint, really. I mean, he's just getting to the bucket and scoring. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. And on defense, the Bucks are just playing so much energy on defense. They are really making the Hawks offense look just so terrible. I mean, Trae Young hasn't been shooting well from 3 in this game at all. And it's just, wow. It's hard to win games when you're turning the ball over a ton. Like, it's hard to win games when you don't have the ball in your possession. So the turnovers have been a huge issue. But this game just went downhill quick in the second quarter for the Hawks. It really did. And I mean, the Bucks were really feeding off the energy they were playing with on defense. And then the crowd, gave them energy, and then they fed off that energy. There was just so much energy for the Bucks. It was like the Bucks couldn't miss. I mean, the Bucks, wow. Just a crazy performance from the Bucks in that second quarter. Just crazy. I mean, 77 points at halftime? That's nuts. That's absolutely crazy. Like, I can't believe that just happened. It just happened, like, so quick. Like, oh my gosh. Just in one quarter, that game just got, like, crazy. This game is over. The Bucks win 125-91. What a way to bounce back for the Bucks. They lose game 1 on their home court, but bounce back in a very, very big way tonight. I mean, they just dominated this whole game. They really dominated. Well, after the first quarter, I would say. They just absolutely dominated this game. And I feel like this is the first time this postseason that the Hawks have faced this much adversity. Like, they've been down big in games, right? And they've come back. But tonight, they didn't come back. They did not make the comeback tonight. They were down by so much, by over 40 points. So how do the Hawks bounce back? Like, how do the Hawks bounce back? We saw how the Bucks bounce back. Now, how do the Hawks bounce back? Heading back onto their home court. That was my chair. Just made a noise. I know people are going to be like, did you fart? No, it was my chair. And if I farted, I would be smart enough to edit it out. But I'm not going to edit that out because it was my chair. But as I was saying, how will these Hawks bounce back? How will these young Hawks bounce back after really the biggest loss of this postseason for them? Did the Hawks get overconfident in themselves? That's my question. I said during the last game, Trae did that shimmy, right? You have to back that up now. And yes, they won that game, which they needed to do. After you shimmy during the game, like, you gotta win, right? Like, after you shimmy before a shot, you gotta hit that shot and you gotta win the game. And they did that. And like I said in last video too, that shimmy becomes bulletin board material. And I feel like that shimmy was bulletin board material for the Bucks. We saw how the Bucks played tonight. It's crazy. Like, did the Hawks get overconfident? I love the way this young Hawks team plays, right? They're so much fun to watch, but did they get overconfident in themselves is my question. I guess we'll find out next game. because I'm really interested to see how this young Hawks team will bounce back. How will they respond to this adversity? That's my question. It's still a series. It's a 1-1 series. This series is tied. How will this Hawks team bounce back? We saw, like I said, how the Bucks team bounced back. Giannis just getting whatever he wanted in the paint, was getting as close to the basket as he wanted. The Bucks just absolutely dominated this game. They did. They absolutely dominated this game. They played better than the Hawks in every single part of this game, brought way more energy, just had the Hawks looking frazzled on both sides of the ball. On offense and defense, the Hawks look frazzled. The Bucks looked like far and away a better team tonight. So, the question is, how will the Hawks bounce back? How will the Hawks bounce back? That's the question. That's what we'll find out on Sunday. Pretty crazy loss for the Hawks. Definitely wasn't expecting that. Pretty crazy win for the Bucks if you look at it from the other way. Like, if you're a Bucks fan, you gotta be ecstatic. Like, there's no better way to bounce back than that game right there. Like, that's the best game you could have hoped for if you're a Bucks fan. But, yeah. I'm gonna be reacting to the Suns-Clippers game tomorrow. That's game 4 of that series. Should be a fun game, hopefully. Hopefully it's not like this game. Hopefully we actually get a close game in the final minute. So yeah, make sure you check that out if you want. And that's it for this video, guys. Peace out.